Welcome, Master Traders, to Oracle Station. I am Brightwood, and this is Foundation, Galactic Frontier. Getting started. Oracle Station's first video on this mobile game. Foundation Galactic Frontier is adapted from Isaac Asimov's book series and the popular TV series Foundation. Fun Plus, in collaboration with Skydance Games, has taken inspiration from this Apple TV series to develop Foundation Galactic Frontier. This next-generation strategy game allows for players to navigate as a trader, recruit and train champions, and engage in space battles and adventures. The game emphasizes strategy and offers a diverse collection of characters to enhance gameplay.
His Majesty gave me a new life, and I belong to him.
At the time of making this Getting Started video, the game was still in early access and only available on Android. No official release date has been announced as they continue to improve and develop on Foundation Galactic Frontier. The introduction to the game will have you repairing your main flagship known as the Gram. This is designed to orient you on your flagship, the galaxy, and the game dynamics. You will repair rooms in your flagship and do a bit of exploring to get some resources and reassemble parts of your Gram floating in space after a battle that starts your journey in Foundation Galactic Empire. Once you get through the introduction chapters of this great story they've set for us, our user interface expands to a large amount of information. They do a good job of slowly expanding this on us. But let's cover the game UI and orient ourselves on the different sections. This will also expose us to all of the content that's within the game. Across the top of your screen, you will have your Master Traders information. This will show your profile, icon, or avatar, the resource amounts that you currently have, and your galactic credits. The profile icon will be your area where you will find information about the current Master Trader you are running. You can actually have more than one Master Trader in the game on different servers, and this will give you the information of that current Master Trader. The profile will show you your Master Trader's avatar, the name, your user ID or UID, region your home port is in, the guild you are a member of if you've joined a guild, your overall power, and you can look to see what is calculating this, and the total glory, and this is your PvP scoring or ranking in the game. You can click the tooltip for a quick rundown on how to earn your glory. Then you have your appearance section. This is where you can change your flagship skins, avatar frames, and name tag type. We also have the Encyclopedia Galactica. This is where you can learn even more about the game. Each section will reward you with galactic credits, so make sure you at least blast through it for the currency if you do anything at all. It will show your ranking, and this is the overall leaderboards for your server, showing your power, your glory, reputation level, energy core, and the progress through the radiant. Finally, you have your settings. This is where you can adjust your volumes, language, and get to your account specifics. Here you will want to bind your account to an email for crossplay, allowing you to continue play on multiple devices and hopefully in the future on iOS or PC. There are also links to Discord server as well as Facebook to follow the developers on information around the game and to participate in the community. You can also adjust how you want the game notifications to come to you. You can contact support, and you can redeem gift codes. Moving back to our main screen, we can also check the resource amounts for our water, metal, and galactic coins. As you can see, by clicking on these, it'll open up the various menus to obtain more of those resources. And then we can check our galactic credits amount, and clicking on that will open the store menu for galactic credits. On the right side of our screen, we will find the current activities and events that are running in the game. The top item is usually a pass of some type for a champion or a galactic pass or a limited time value, as you see here. And then you'll also have access to your member privileges. And then below that, we usually have your events that are currently running within the game. As you can see, we have the Kaboom Robots, Crime Hunt, Path to Dominance, which just finished, and then Defend the Trade Route, which is a guild event that will be starting here when the cooldown kicks off. And then below that, we'll actually have packs that are available to us to purchase within the game store. So usually these vary, but this daily special has been the same for a while, which includes some Zora shards, so that's pretty nice. And then you've got your regular packs that just a little bit of everything in here. And then your trade association, which is back to the Galactic Crate credits. And then underneath that, you have things like this is the finisher of the guild versus guild event, which is kind of more of a bigger event. So we'll see the icon for that down below at the bottom. And then further down from there, you'll see we actually have our spyglass or magnifying glass. And the magnifying glass is going to take us to our search utility, which is going to allow us to search for hostiles of varying levels. And then if you see down here at the bottom, it'll actually show the possible rewards for those hostiles. You see as I scroll up, that changes. And then we can search for tribute vessels, which these are our group hostiles that we can actually do rallies for. And then this will filter to the level of the tribute that's available in the system that you're in. As you can see, I can go all the way up to 10 because of the system that I'm in. And then down below that also, it'll show you the rewards, the potential rewards that you can earn for those tribute hostiles. Okay, and so if we just click search, it'll move over and bring up the a hostile in the area that meets that search requirement for you. And then below that, we have the galaxy icon, and that galaxy icon is going to change the view that we have in the game. So if we click that, well, we got to get off our tribute there. If we click that, you see it zooms to a broader view of this system. And now you can zoom even more by pinching. You see the slider will change as we pinch, or we could use the slider to change our view. As we move out, we move from a system view to more of a galaxy view, or province view as it's labeled here. And then you can see the different regions: border region 2, border region 4, border region 3, and border region 1. And those are the regions that you start out in when you start the game. So to zoom back in, you can simply, pretty quick, if you want to quick back to your home, you can click the home button and it'll zoom right back into your home planet where your port is. Or if you happen to come out and you want to go to a specific system, you can click that system and it'll zoom right into that system for you at a system view, so you can then see what's going on. We have a few other options in this view here. As you can see across the bottom, it's currently has all selected. That's going to actually show everything in the system, or everything that the game is going to currently load for you. There's a little glitchy in here, and sometimes you have to do some zoom in, zoom out to see things. But you can filter down to just ascendancy hostiles, and as you see, if I zoom in here a little bit, the hostiles are going to start popping up, and those are ascendancy hostiles, right? So back to this view, I can click ascendancy hostiles, and that's going to remove everything in here that but those hostiles. If you click on exploration, it changes the view. You see those hostiles disappeared for me. In diplomacy, you can see it actually shows some other players, and we can see what they're doing in the system here. We zoom in a little bit more, and they'll be doing some trade work there. So that's pretty cool also. And then we zoom back out, it automatically goes back to the all for us in that view. And we'll move back to our system view here, and underneath the galaxy you can see we actually have the mail icon, and this is where you're going to get access to messages around your battle reports. You can see your list of battle reports there, your Commerce Guild messages, so if you've joined a guild you'll see the messages from the Commerce Guild here, system messages, and these are messages that basically come from the game, or as you can see here, the print has sent out some messages to everybody in the system, and you are able to even favorite certain messages if you want. So when you go into a message there, down at the bottom you can see we can favorite that message, and when we favorite it we'll see it over in our favorites, and then we can just delete that from there if we want. Delete that message, or you actually have the ability from here to claim all if you have some rewards, and then delete all of your red messages. So I like to keep it pretty clean, so we'll just kind of clear out our messages there. Right below your avatar, where mine says 18 Legend of Corel, will be your reputation progression. This is related to the progress of your reputation or the growth of your account. As you can see here, we are given certain missions. And then at the bottom, you'll see that there are two sections, Reputation and Trader Era. Trader Era is content around the age of the server itself. So when a new server starts out, it starts out with the Trader Era, and as you progress through different eras of that storyline, you will get different missions and rewards. So kind of a nice little additional content to the game. Below reputations, we have our fleets. This shows you your current fleets and their activities. You could see AI in there for ones that you have set for auto joining rallies. They could be trading, or they could even have a flag to show that they're in a rally or in garrison. The top button of your fleets will allow you to control if you are using all ships or a specifically selected ship. At this time, unless one ship is locked into another activity, preventing it from partaking in all actions, you cannot select a combination of flagships to execute on. But as you could also see, if I didn't have focus on a flagship, I could actually click that flagship to bring up focus. And then underneath that we have our fleet button, which is going to give us the opportunity to crew our fleets. And we can select the champions by clicking on any of the champions in our fleet. To remove a champion, you select it. To add a champion, you click on a champion down in your available champions, and that'll add that champion back up into a crew slot. Now the crew slots are filled from left to right, so you want to make sure you put your champions in the order that you prefer. Once we've selected our champions, we can click on confirm, and then we can crew up our combat craft. Combat craft are added exactly the same way as our champions. We can click on our combat craft to remove it, and we can click on combat craft to order it. Now we want to sort our combat craft based upon the affinity or the energy type of our flagship. And you can see here, once we select an energy type, it will sort everything below the selected ships on that flagship. And then you can add the proper energy type combat craft to your flagship. You can then click confirm, and it will take you back out to your fleet view, and you can select each of the flagships using the 1, 2, and 3 navigation buttons at the top of your screen and configure each one the same way. So once you are done with your flagships, I want to bring your eyes up to the top right corner, and you'll see the little wrench up there. If you click on that wrench, this is your repair modules. This is how you can actually acquire more repair modules, right? So you can go quick to your rapid repair, or you can use your galactic credits to purchase some more, or pull some from your inventory if you have any available to you. The flag below our fleets is our trader network. This button will take us into our current commissions for your home port system, along with displaying to you your network level, your daily chests, and your action points. The trade network refreshes with new commissions every 6 hours, and those commissions will disappear if they're not completed in 18 hours. This gives you a good amount of time during the day to knock them all out. The more events you complete or commissions you complete, the faster your network level will grow. With each level increasing, the probability of different rarity commissions will spawn. They start out with common, which are your gray ones. Uncommon will be green, rare will be blue, epic purple, legendary or gold, and when you get up high enough, you will start to see the mythical or red. And these are usually tied to activities like your Ascendancy Shrine. As you see, I'm knocking these out really quick. I did not speed this portion of the video up because I wanted you to get an idea how fast we can actually go through and knock out our trader commissions. Now, you also see as I am doing the commissions, I am consuming a currency. This currency is actually our action points. And your action points will cap out at a certain level, kind of like when your vault is full. So you want to make sure you kind of have a buffer there. You always have room to earn more action points. So as I pop in, I'll check on my action points and I'll knock out an activity so that I can continue to earn action points throughout the day. Trade shipping. This will show you your current trades that your flagships are on. When a flagship is trading, it cannot do other activities normally. There are a few exceptions like defend the trade route, which is a guild activity. If you are a member of a guild, you will see trades currently in progress for guild members. You can hit the refresh button to rotate this through your guild's active trade missions in case you want to look for a specific mission to invest in. You can choose to invest your guild mates' trades for a slice of the earnings on completion. It takes galactic coin to invest in guild members' trades. You are limited to the number of investments, and as you can see, there is the ability to hack other players' trades. I will show you how to do that when we are finished reviewing the trade shipping screen. Finally, you have the current available urgent orders. These are higher rewarding trades of different levels that are available to you. Once you complete your urgent orders, you can continue to execute standard trades with your flagships. Consider when you run your urgent orders, however, they are prime targets for other players to hack. You do not have to run your urgent orders right away. You can save them for a more advantageous time. You can refresh your urgent orders with the bundle of urgent orders. This is a currency that you can use to refresh beyond your free refresh. Hacks are your opportunity to steal from another player's trade rewards. Hacks are a PvP element that doesn't require aggressively attacking other players' ships, generating a loss for them and possibly for you. Hacks are a lottery-style return and have limited number of executions. Click on the mask hovering over another player's trade to enter into the hack mechanic. This will show you the number of hacks available and give you the option to hack and or share to your guild the location of the trader. You cannot hack members of your own guild. An etiquette note. You can attack other players' trade runs. Depending on your server's dynamics, this could be frowned upon. Make sure you know what you are getting into before you go attacking trades. Attacking a trade will grant you rewards from that trader.
The mining icon leads to the ruined plunder section of the game. This is another avenue of gathering resources and items to grow your fleet and champions. The first section is plundering. Here you can attack other players or NPCs engaged in ruin excavations and plunder some of their rewards. There are several levels of ruins available. We have common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and mythical. And they follow the same color schemes as our other common and uncommon items. To plunder, you select an excavation in progress and review the details. You'll want to review the player's power, but also check their ships, its level, and champion complement. Power can be deceiving. You can do this by clicking on the hamburger menu in the player title row or the details button at the bottom of the screen. If you are happy with what you see, hit the plunder button and watch the action as you engage your victim's ship and try to win your rewards. You are limited to a specific number of plunders. This will be displayed at the top of the screen. Looking at the bottom right of your screen, you'll see the option for excavation. The excavations are limited to 4 excavations a day. Unless you've picked up the monthly card privilege, then you can actually run 5. You will also be restricted to the level of excavations you can do based on your power core. As your core gets higher in level, you are better able to defend yourself. You will open higher level excavations. You can refresh your available excavations once for free. After that, you have to use your ruins maps to refresh excavations. I recommend always refreshing excavations that tend to be on the lower end of the ruins that you have available. So if your highest one is a rare and you get an uncommon, definitely use the free refresh to try and pull something higher like your uncommon or rare. In the case of where you have epic, legendary, and mythical, anything below an epic, I would try and refresh to get that epic and higher. Dailies and Chapters. The checklist icon will take you to your daily activities or quests. These are rewards for completing daily activities in the game. As you complete each, you will progress up in levels for the rewards that you will receive, until you reach the star, which is you finished your daily rewards. You do not need to complete all of the quests to finish the daily rewards progress towards the star chest. I normally have 3 to 4 that I can't complete, and I score well over the maximum points for the final star reward. Here you will also see the chapters section, and this is just showing you where you're at within the story portion of the game. It will show you what your tasks are if you have tasks, and it will show you the rewards for completing the chapter. The chat window. At the very bottom right above our bottom menu, you will see the little chat summary section of the game. You can swipe right or left to cycle through the different chat channels that are available to you. When you click on that section, it will actually open the chat interface. And here you can see we have global chat, regional chat, and then if you are a member of the guild, you will see guild chat. You also have the ability to create custom groups and chats within the chat area as well, or have direct messaging with other players. Then when we get out of the chat, you can just click anywhere off to the side. At the very bottom, you'll see our bottom menu. And down here is where you're going to access your inventory, which is the storage icon. And as you can see, there's 4 sections for our inventory. So we have our special, which is more unique items, either event rewards or here you can see we actually have a chest for a legendary component, different tokens, unity points, all these for different rewards. We have our Venturious memory, and then we also have our training manuals. So a lot of the stuff that doesn't really fit into one of the other categories. Under resources are going to be your resources, pretty cut and dry, right? So in here we have our water, our metal, our food, we have our galactic coins, we have our galactic credits, so all those resources that we'll need to level up different things within the game. And then the speed ups will be all your speed ups for the different areas. So you have your general speed ups at the top. We have our building speed ups, and then research speed ups, and then our combat craft speed ups. So all those will be here. And then under training, it's going to be anything that's actually related to your champions or your ship components. So you see at the top, we actually have some ship blueprints. I have a few of the legendary power crystals that are unbound or not assigned to a specific champion, some champion crystals for both legendary and epic, and then we have our blueprints for our components that we would place on our flagship. So you can see those here as well. The next section we will see is going to be our champion section. And this is, of course, where our champions will be listed out. We can get to the recruit screen from here, as you can see at the bottom. And we can also click on the champions and we can level those champions up. So we'll get to look at their info, and here's where you would invest your food to level up your champion to your current power core. You have your abilities, and on the left side we have our space combat abilities. On the right side we have our ground combat abilities. If you click on an ability, it will actually give you a description down here in the center of that ability and what it will do. Now your abilities are directly tied to your potential. So whatever the level of your potential is, that's what's going to limit or restrict the progression of your abilities. And you see in here, this is where we would put our champions' power crystals into them to boost their potential. And then we can also, for some champions, we can click and convert our unbound champion power crystals or legendary power crystals or epic power crystals into champion power crystals for that specific champion, and then we can use that to upgrade their potential. So that's the quick on the champions. So we'll back out from there and go back to our main menu again, and then here you see, much like our champions, we can go into our flagships, and then in the flagship section we can go in, and this is where we're going to get an overview of our flagship, the view of the components, and the ability to promote the flagship. So underneath the overview, it gives us some basic information. We can look at the fluff on the flagship itself. In the case, this would be the Gram, and it would give us all the kind of backstory around the Gram. We can look and get some general details. As you can see here, my Gram is set up for beam, and it deals more damage to ascendancy minions, so it's a hunter. And you can see I have it actually, energy resonance is set to a level +5 right now, and you can see also that my fleet beam units damage reduction is +5% because of the set that I have going on here. So we'll get into that a little bit further here when we go over to components. But here is where you will put your galactic credits, and that will upgrade the level of your flagship, and that is also restricted to your power core, so your energy core. So you see I can't raise my Gram up any higher in level because my energy core needs to be level 27 before it'll go higher. So then we have our components, This is where you can actually do a few different things with your flagship, right? So to start, we have our power core, or core for the flagship, and this sets the energy or damage type for the flagship. And if we look at this, the core component, in this case it's for beam, will give us attack increase, so it increases our attack stat and it increases our init stat. And then based upon the level of that, we start to get some, increasing, or can adjust our command points and our critical damage. You see here I have a set of 5, so I'm getting the perk for a 5x, which means all of my components on here are of the same level, whether it's common, uncommon, epic, legendary, mythical. It has to be within the same bracket of the components, and then they are all set to beam. So you see here they're all set to beam. So just a quick rundown, right, through each of these. The arsenal is going to give us increase to our attack, defense, and that at plus 40 will give us the intelligent right there. So, and then if we go to our navigation component, that's going to give us hit points, or HP, and it will boost our intelligence, int. And then we go to our armor, which is going to give us hit points again and defense. And then we'll go to our energy, which is going to give us hit points and defense. And then we have over here, this is our core. So you see it kind of goes across the bottom, which is core. And then you have your different components. So you can quick switch through there. You can upgrade your component from within here. You can either use your upgrade modules, or you can actually use other components to increase the resource value that you need to be able to upgrade that. And it'll also cost you galactic coins down here at the bottom as you get it to the level that you want. So once you hit a level, it will show you the amount of galactic coins at the bottom that you would need. So, and you see there, I just hit the add more. It automatically added what I needed to get to that level. I tend to only put into my components the components that I have. So that's kind of how I moderate myself in increasing my components up. So in this case, we're actually looking at our energy component for the beam. So normally I would go through and I would just dump energy components into my energy beam, which looks like I've upgraded it recently, so I don't have a lot of energy components here to drop into it, but I would select the energy component that aligns with that. And that's just a personal thing that I do to kind of make sure I always have some resources to put into leveling up my components. You don't have to do that. You can dump everything into one component. You do want to try and keep these together in your level. And then you also want to make sure that when you empower these, that you empower them at the same level as well. And what that is going to do is the empowering is what gives us the energy resonance. So once everything is at a same level or higher, so one can be higher than the rest, but if in this case you see I have one that's 6, but right now my resonance is at a +5 because everything is at +5 or higher. So you want to keep that in mind too with your flagships, because you don't want to over invest into one component, get it all the way up to mythical, and then you don't have the benefit of that resonance available to you on the flagship. And then this last tab over here, we have our promotion tab. This is where when we get enough ship blueprints, we can actually put those into our flagship, which will promote it up. And as you can see here, I'm at promotion level 3, which is right up there top. And then you get some perks as you promote your flagship up. So the next perk I would get when I promote here, once I get the blueprints for it, is I would get Blitz Assault, which is going to add some pretty nice stats to my Gram. So that's a quick rundown of the flagship part of the menu. And so then we'll go back out here, and then we have our Radiant. And in the Radiant section of this menu, we get into our Prime Radiant. So here you could see there's a few things going on. It tells you at the top that you're in the Prime Radiant. It tells you what zone you're in. So currently zone is kind of like your level. And then you have your missions within that. These are all ground missions. You have your missions within that zone that you can complete. So right now I'm at zone 9, level 36. I've completed my 36th mission. I can't move on beyond that until I get my power core up to a specific level. So that's what I'm waiting for now. You can see there I click kind of on the story, Gray's Diary, so you can kind of read through Gray's Diary around Gray and the Prime Radiant. And down here in the bottom center, this little Prime Radiant with a timer on it, it's actually increasing and getting resources. And when you click on that, it's going to accrue resources for over a period of time. And then it will hold up to 12 hours. So it's going to accrue resources at 12 hours. It'll stop accruing. You can claim those, and then it'll start accruing resources again. So that's a quick rundown of the Prime Radiant. We'll go back out, and then down here at the bottom, you see that it getting ready to go in the guild. I had some helps available, so I clicked on that nice little help button, so I don't have to go into the guild to get access to it. Guild is where your guild or alliance's activities, but your contributions and your interactions with supporting the guild happen. So you see we can join our Discord that's up the top there. You can click on the link. There's the calendar for any events that's going on. You can get into your, if you're a leadership or in a leadership position, you can send messages to the guild. The gear gets you into some more of the guild settings. You can see the number of members that are part of the guild. You can check the level of the guild. You can see how much power the guild has in total. You can message the leader of the guild. There, he's got his announcement in the center there. Here's the technology. This is where we actually invest our or donate to researches. I'm going to drop 5 there because we're getting close to reset, and I want to have some donations available to me for the reset. So we'll keep that, but these are the 2 different classes of research that are available. So we have our development, and then we have our combat researches. These are bonuses from the guild gives you. Rallies, these are the rallies that are being currently run. If there happens to be a war, somebody's attacking a planet or a starport, that will show up there. You can set your auto join for rallies here. So you can either turn on all ships or one ship, and then you can tell it what rallies you want it to join, and then allow it to auto repair itself. So that's how you would set your rally. Once you've set a ship to auto rally, or you enable that, they're then presented with the disable auto join. The only way you can add another ship to your auto rally is to disable and then back out, and then you have to add those ships that you want to add back into your auto rally. So keep that in mind. That's just a little nuance in the game. It'd be great if you could just come in here, add the other ship, hit enable auto join, and now both ships will auto join, but it doesn't work that way. So that's our rally. We have our hub, which just kind of gives you some basic information about the commercial hub and how it works. So pretty basic there. Our ports, this is going to show the different ports that your alliance has got ports established in. And then so it starts at the top. You can see the different stars that you have starports at, and then down below you have your planets that you have starports at. We can actually minimize a section if we want. Not sure why we'd want to do that, but maybe you want to get down to your planets faster, so you can just minimize that. And then your ports will actually claim resources. You can see where I'm at in the resource acquisition down here, and you can just hit claim, that resets it, and then those ports will continue to accrue resources, much like the Prime Meridian over time accrues resources for you. Help section shows the available helps for your guildmates and where you're at with the help requests for anything that you're currently doing. So once you have hit the max help requests, your help will fall off. Once you actually aid another guild member, then that help will fall off this list. And then you have your gift section. This is as pretty cut and dry here. But as guild members defeat tribute vessels, if they purchase items from the store, you're going to get chests related to those activities, and they'll show up in here, and you can claim them in bulk if you would like, or claim them individually. The common caps out at a claim of 99. I usually wait for it to hit the 99 before I claim it. And then it varies across the other ones. I think they all cap at 99 or something like that. It used to be that you'd do 20 on your uncommon, but they seem to have increased that. So it gives you the option to claim them all, or you can claim individuals if you'd like. And you just get some nice little rewards from this when you claim them. So see, I'll open the epic chest, and I've got a 1 hour building speed up from that, so that's pretty nice. So if you want to see the leaderboard, see who's been contributing to this, you can get up there and see it. And then up here in the top left corner is your progress to another chest. So as you either open chests, that will progress up, or if you really ultimately if you open chests, that'll progress up, and then you'll get a free chest up there. So that's how that works. Down here you see we have our members. This kind of shows you the list of members. You can see the board at the top of your guild. So you have your chairman, warbringer, recruiter, diplomat, viceroy. You can see your executive managers, which are normally called R4s or rank 4. And those are going to be, they have a little bit of leadership capability within the guild. Then you have your rank 3 members. And you can see we can collapse each category. We can see how many are on for each category, all that. So that's a nice little interface. Always a great place to come and check before you start running rallies, especially if you happen to have a sacred or a pretty tough rally that you want to run, just to see who's available for the rallies that will not allow your auto join that I showed you earlier. And then we have our shop. So you can see we get some, the beginning, we get some free items. There's a nice little variety of items in here. Some of them are on sale, some are full price. These will rotate in the daily tab daily. So they'll refresh here in 47 minutes, you see on the top of the screen. And then these are your weeklies, and it'll also tell you when that refreshes. And there's some nice return there. You're spending the credits that you get, the guild credits that you get from contributing to the guild. So as you do your technology contributions, you're going to earn those guild credits. As you help other players you earn in your guild, you'll earn credits from that as well. So that's a quick rundown of our guild menu. So that kind of goes through all of those items except for the last item, and this just toggles your ship and system view, right? So if I click on this, I'm in the system view. It's going to take me to look inside my ship, which you should be familiar with if you've played through the tutorial. You have your different rooms and then your crew interactions and stuff like that pops up. Look for shorts from me on the crew interactions. I plan on doing, there's a couple options on most of them, so I plan on doing some shorts just on specific crew interactions so you can see what that interaction is like and what are the rewards for the different choices that you make from your crew interactions. So we can switch back to system view here, and that's the menu. Now let's get into some resources. Outside of following Oracle Station, there are some amazing resources available to you. First, I want to shout out to Anonymous. He has an amazing wiki Discord for Foundation Galactic Frontier. The link to his Discord is in the video description. I encourage you to head over and check it out. It is an amazing and growing resource he personally has put a tremendous amount of time into. As you can see, he's covered a plethora of categories, and all that information is right here on his Discord. So head on over, check it out, and enjoy the amazing work that he's done putting this content together. Another resource is going to be from FunPlus itself, and that is the official game Discord. So there's a great community here. You can get in there. You could do some general conversations with other players, get to know a few other people that are playing the game along with you. There's a place where you can look for a guild to join. There's some guild advertisements. Good place to provide feedback to FunPlus around the game. Report some bugs. And you can also make suggestions as well from here. And in both of these Discords, I want to point out too, it's a couple areas that you probably really want to keep an eye on is the gift code section. Keep your eye here for the most current gift codes that are available in the game. And if you happen to miss some, you can scroll up through there, or I definitely encourage you to pop on over to Euronymous' Wiki Discord, and he's got a nice little list here for you of all of those gift codes that you can apply in-game to help give you a little bit of boost in your progression. You must enter the code exactly as it is displayed for it to work. The redemption window is case sensitive. So again, to claim your gift codes, you need to go on your profile avatar, and then from there we're going to go to settings and then account. And under account, at the very bottom left, you will see the redeem gift codes. So we'll go ahead and click there, and then we're going to enter in our gift code. And in this case, we're going to enter in the Foundation gift code. And notice I'm typing it in all caps. If we've typed this correctly, we can hit exchange, and voila, we get our rewards. So make sure you enter it in correctly. If you don't enter it in correctly, you will get a notification that says that your code's invalid. Just double check it and try again if you're sure you haven't claimed the code before. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Make sure to give us a like and share with your guild or other players. I welcome suggestions, comments, questions, or ideas, so drop us a note in the comments of this video or through Discord. You will find a link to the Discord communities in the video description. There are a lot of great people out there and information. The stars do not wait for us, Master Trader.